I do love from hearing Ben Johnson today, though, is that he is on the mindset that Joel is on and that Jordan are on of it's not come out here and try and figure it out. It's come out here and try and dominate from day one. And I do love that. That's kind of my takeaway when he talked about Caleb Williams, kind of my takeaway of how he plans on going through this training camp. What'd you guys see from Caleb Williams or from the Ben Johnson presser that, I mean, listen, there was nothing in there that couldn't have got you tingly a little bit.
I like the pressure he put on Caleb Williams to be efficient. And I really like that from the aspect of seeing what he did with Jared Goff. Jared Goff's best season being statistically from a completion rate last season, 72%. Even before then, like Jared Goff's entire progression, not saying he was a bad quarterback before then, you're a bit on the mid side. But since he's been in Detroit, especially his last 2 seasons, his best seasons have come with Ben Johnson at the helm. And so to see that evolution and see the different tweaks and changes to Jared's game to make him even more efficient, like no one looks at the Detroit Lions and say they lost because of Jared Goff. No one says that. That is not the argument that you have, and that used to not be the case. So I like the fact that he's pushing him to be more efficient because that also means that he has to make better decisions, get the ball out faster. There's so many things that go into just that one little statement that's more than just 70% completion rate. Lofty goal, yeah, but with 70% completion rate, you are moving them chains.
Yeah,
you are making the right decision at the right time at all times. 70% is hard.
Yeah,
that is a lofty goal. So I like that aspect, and just to see, like, to piggyback off what you said, like he's not waiting around. He's not wasting time. Joe, this is a little bit for you. We can take a shot on this one. How many seasons have we had over 9 wins since 2010?
Is it 2010?
It's 2010?
2010.
I would say just 2018.
I was going to say Matt Nagy is definitely part of one of them.
2018.
2018 is 12 wins.
2018 is 12.
Oh, since 10? Oh, no, because we had Cutler. We had Cutler. So he had
Cutler.
10
was the year we had
Cutler had 1.
Huh?
Yeah, 2.
Yeah. Like it wasn't
since 2010. 2010 we had 11 wins. 2012
so 15 years wins. We've had over
2018 we had 12 wins. But for the most part, if Ben Johnson was to roll in here and we were to produce our first 4,000-yard passer, which, by the way, we're the only franchise without one, and win 9 games, he would have statistically one of the best seasons that the Bears have had in the last 15 years. In his first year,
already did as a rookie.
In his first year as a coach, he would have.
Are you talking about the coach? Okay,
we're talking about Ben Johnson. I like the goals for Caleb Williams, and it kind of overlaps. But Ben Johnson and the goals that he set for him, what that could ultimately mean, what we've seen it work, how it worked in other organizations. I think that ultimately we're here for above 500 season. I'm excited for it.
You hear all the buzzwords that came out today from him, but you kind of believe it a little bit more than in the past because he talked about dependability, consistency, production on a day in and day out basis, and that's what he's leaning on. He has been steady in his message since day one. Yeah. And that's what I keep looking at is like there's nothing that has kind of diverted him from being the type of coach, despite him being a rookie coach and not ever having any experience and coming out and just setting high expectations because he's been around an organization that has done that. He's been around, as you just mentioned, P-Kid, Jared Goff definitely had over 70% passing. And so he knows what it looks like. And so he's bringing that same blueprint here. He's changing the blueprint, starting from the foundation, but he wants to put those type of things on Caleb. He even applauded. I even think Ryan Poles even applauded, everybody looking like they were in shape coming into camp. Like those are the things that you want to see. Camp is going to be difficult so that now the season will be a little bit easier and they can get through those little injuries, those dink and dunk injuries throughout the season. That's what you prepare for. And so when you have a coach like Ben Johnson that's a mad scientist and just is saying all the right things, you follow him, you believe him. The high expectations with Caleb, I mean, well, I know we're going to get into that later. I think that's big. Obviously, he wants to see him go for 4,000 yards. 70% is lofty. That's high. I want to say how many quarterbacks have thrown for over 70% together last season.
I know he would be only 10 quarterbacks.
There's 5 quarterbacks last year that threw over 70% last
5
year.
5 out of 32.
Joe Burrow.
And that 70% is, we don't have to go in perfect order here. I think that it's such a great number to get to because it goes into everything else. We know what Caleb Williams' goals are, right? We know what the goals are for Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson said them a bunch of times. 4,000-yard passer, 30-touchdown passer. I don't think those are the important numbers. I think that 70% number is the important number. You look at Tua last season, incredibly efficient, 70% passing. I only played in 11 games, but in those 11 games, 19 touchdowns. You look at Joe Burrow last year. He's on a team that literally sucked on defense. Like, we probably could get 10 yards collectively on how they were playing defense out there. And he finished above 500. When you look at Geno Smith is the other one. A lot of people look at that Seattle season and go, man, it is what it is season. It went 10-7 and they missed the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? 70% completion percentage truly is the number that I think gets you to every single goal. And you look at Caleb last year's completion percentage, 62%. You go, that's pretty good. Like, you know what I mean? For rookies figuring it out, all the turmoil he went through last year. Ben Johnson's like, nah, bro. Hey, we want to have fun. Are we gonna have fun this season?
Oh, there it is.
We're gonna have fun. Hey, if we're gonna have that fun this season, 70% gets you there because everything outside of that, you always seem to find your way to make all those other numbers work. And I think that's the thing for me. When you talk about big takeaways from Ben Johnson, the expectation, the want to come in here and, I mean, day one say, yeah, all those things that you think are the bugaboos of the Chicago Bears, yeah, we got them. Don't worry about it. And he's calling them out by name. He knows all the things that people are going to bring up: 4,000, 30 touchdowns, never had a quarterback meet this goal, whatever it is, right? Like, Ben's like, yeah, we got that. Just watch.
It's almost like 4,000 and this and this and this. It reminds me of how, like, when you watch, they said this movie, you go to the movies, oh, this movie grossed $1 billion. It's like, is it a good movie? Like, I care about, is it a good quality movie? I don't care that it grossed this. Getting 4,000 yards is really good. I would like that. In the premise that it's good quarterback play. It's probably more like short yardage throws that turn into these big, runoffs and stuff. It's the dink and dunk to the running back who makes the extra play. It's DJ Moore doing what have you. So if that means 70% means it's efficiency of, it's not about throwing the big bomb. It's about triangulating the ball down the field. It's seeing the field as being a good quarterback in general. So that means that you're just more decisive with your throws. And so if that ends up being 4,000, great. It's a nice barometer, but I really want it to be that it's about the quality quarterback play that we're getting out of this.
I ain't never seen a movie gross $1 billion that wasn't good.
No, I'm just saying, but they talk about it's always about the numbers.
I ain't never seen a movie that was trash dominating the box office, right?
No, I'm just saying, like, when you know what I'm saying, when they talk about a movie, it's all about the money to somebody. It doesn't matter to me. Like, I care that it's a good movie versus, this gross X amount worldwide. I mean, it's a couple movies. Some Marvel movies, they weren't that great, but it was like, it's about the numbers. It's like, was it a good story?
The
Iron Man 3
4,000-yard thing has become the de facto way of saying that this quarterback is the reason you've won certain games. Right. That's really what it is. Because at 3,500 yards, 3,000 yards, like, I mean, listen, I've said it before, Jalen Hurts didn't throw a whole lot his first couple of seasons. Did throw a whole lot last season, if I'm not mistaken. He did crack 4,000 yards last season. But in that offense, he didn't have to. Yeah. And he did when he needed to, he did. Yeah, but we've seen the Eagles with good quarterback play.
Yards last season.
You said what?
Jalen Hurts didn't crack 3,000 yards last season.
Yeah. So, like, but again, you got Saquon.
He didn't need to.
You don't have to do that. In the Chicago, you may have to do that, right? We don't have that type of team.
No, when we don't have to
sit there and not throw the ball. So,
to your point, it's just, do you feel when you're watching the Bears, am I watching my quarterback? Does he have command of the offense? To me, when I'm like, we have seen tons of shaky quarterbacks over the years, indecisive, bad throw. Don't do that. It will be so nice to finally have a quarterback, whether it's like an Aaron Rodgers or a Tom Brady or somebody like that. When you're watching them, they are in command of the team, command of the playbook. It's not, I got to read off this sheet and figure out how to play this, because it's like, and he calls one bad call. Like, that's what it gets down to. So whether he gets 4,000 or 3,800 or 4,500 or whatever, did he look like he actually has command of this offense? That's what I'm looking for.
Well, that would be to the 70% comment. You know what I mean? 70%, you got command.
Yeah.
I know everybody at like
right.
70%, 7 times out of 10, I'm beating you. Like that is the thing for me where it's like that metric doesn't come with bad numbers.
Right. 70%, whether it's 3,000, 3,500, 4,000, 5,000.
It ain't gonna be that. 70%, you
Bro,
getting over 4,000 yards.
yards.
70%, you getting over 40 touchdowns. Like it's the same conversation. It's just I think the importance on the number that Bears fans look at is the 4,000, is the 30 touchdowns. I think, he's back. There he is.
Hey!
He's back.
At the beginning of the season, about time.
The true troll is back in the building. Don Burr was
Lock
good.
yourself away. Come on now.
No, but I think that's the thing for me, right? Like when you talk about, again, pushing this team to be better, pushing this team to hit the ground running, that's a crazy goal to have.
Push it to the limit.
70% to
is
me.
a crazy new offense, new coordinator, new all. That's a crazy goal to have, but it's one that Ben Johnson talks about. Like, yeah, that's what you should be on.
I think that's what he's used to. He's seen it, and I think let's just admit, he knows that Caleb Williams has more talent and skill in his thumb than probably Jared Goff does overall. And so if Jared Goff can do it, yeah, it is. Jared Goff,
he has more athletic ability. I don't think he's a better quarterback.
Come on, stop it. God, kid, you and this mid-defending stuff.
He's not a mid-quarterback. What are we talking
about?
He's
not a mid-quarterback.
He's a
are
top
you telling me that Jared Goff?
He's an MVP candidate. What are we talking about?
Are you telling me that Jared Goff has more talent than Caleb Williams potentially?
I think that Jared Goff.
I said Caleb had more athletic ability.
I'm not talking about
Ben Johnson has already
said. Let me finish. To run away.
Let me finish.
I'm talking about the throwing in the pocket, the arm
right
talent.
now, as it stands, Jared Goff is one of the best throwers of the football in the league.
This past year, yes.
The last 2 years.
2 years.
But because of Ben Johnson. I guarantee
Ben Johnson
you
is not the one throwing that ball.
Okay. Right.
Ben Johnson's calling plays. He's not throwing the ball.
Okay. Well, here's my point, buddy.
I'm just saying.
Sean McVay didn't keep him in LA. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, because that team was ready to win now, and he wasn't ready to win now.
They got to the NFC Championship,
and he wasn't ready to win now. He wasn't developed enough to win at that moment. So they got Stafford, who was a senior, who was older and has more talent.
All right, man. Hey, my point is Caleb has a higher ceiling than Jared Goff ever will. That's my whole point. Is like if he meets all of his expectations, if he actually realizes all of the potential, Caleb can be a top quarterback for years to the likes of Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. That name. You're not putting Goff in that same breath. I'm sorry.
I concur with Jordan.
You're not putting him in it seems like this half of the, and you know what, Pat, I know you didn't say anything, but this half of it, we're on the meat train, right? We're real high, right?
The 70% metric does a lot, but I'll say this. You look at Tua, I use Tua as a good example. Tua 70%, only played 11 games, 2,800 yards. Typically, when you have a quarterback that you allow to put the ball in the air, he does it at an efficient clip. You're going to get the yardage behind it, as Pat mentioned. If he's taking the check downs, but guess what? That check down that turns into an explosive play is all yards the QB gets credit for. So all of that at the end of the day I'm just excited to see a competent offense with enough creativity for us to even create situations like that. That's all.
But you know what? In all seriousness, what I was going to say when I brought up going back to 70% is the reason why that's better stat than 4,000, like you all mentioned, is that means Caleb is getting the ball out quicker, and he's actually accepting the checkdowns. He's accepting the 5-yard throws that could turn into yards after catch, instead of looking for the home run play. Which, if you saw the interview, you saw him smiling when he was asked, now I got to do that. He kind of prides himself off of throwing that superhero ball. That's what he loves. He loves scrambling, the off-script plays, the prove-it plays where it's like, oh, I can show off my talent, my arm, and just throw this boy 50 yards to Roma Dunze for a touchdown. It looks pretty. It's exciting. It's what we love to see, right? But throwing it to DeAndre Swift for 3 yards and then he gains 40 after that, hopefully, Pat, is what we don't necessarily want to see all the time, but it still works. It gets helps. The ball down the field. So that's my thing.
That the yardage could be misleading. Now, I've been looking up a little bit of like there's about 25 quarterbacks in the last, well, actually in the NFL history, over 70% completion. Drew Brees in 2016 had 70% completion. I can't get all the numbers with it, but Drew Brees did it in 2016. He did it in 2018 at 74.4%. He did it in 2019 was 74.3%.
Drew Brees was a problem.
Tua last year 72.9%. And Jared Goff last year 72.4%. Drew Brees also again in 2017 at 72%, by the way. Sam Bradford hit this list. Baker Mayfield. Drew Brees is a serious problem because sent out. That's the thing. Drew Brees is on this a lot.
Drew Brees is on that list 7 times.
5, 6.
He's on that list
7 times out of the top 24.
He is a goat at accuracy.
So, but what did they do a lot of times? I mean, it was a lot of spread the ball. He's getting the ball out, right? He's got the running back. Usually when they got a good running back, because before, who was it? They had Deuce McAllister for a while. They had Mark Ingram. And then when they got the
Reggie?
guy they got,
Reggie
Reggie
Did
Bush
they have
was a
Reggie?
problem. He was catching, but
Okay.
who's the recent guy? Who's kind of falling off a little bit. Kamara. Like, you got that dynamo receiving, running threat. And then they always had a good tight end. So I'm seeing ingredients here. We have 2 tight ends. I don't know if Swift is on that level of a Kamara, but he can catch the ball. And then we have 2 receivers that are like dink and dunk kind of short yardage guys with Burden, and then we got DJ Moore. And then we got our deep threat with who's kind of like, what would you say, that's like a Colston kind of guy with a Rome. Like when you
Colston, Rome, Burden, DJ. I mean, like all of them can get downfield quick as heck.
So it's just the fact that, like, if they're using their players properly, they have the talent on paper. Your 70% is more about, does he, like I said, can he get the ball out? I love it. I'd rather see that 70%. I'm fine if it's 3,900. I'm fine if it's 4,100 yards, whatever. Just
41,000.
41,000 years. Yeah.
What a season.
Yards.